Hey everyone, welcome to Preeti's Kitchen. Today let's make an Indian non-vegetarian dish, chicken tikka biryani. This is a famous Indian recipe coming from the state of Punjab in India. So we will make delicious chicken tikkas and then mix it with the gravy and long grain basmati rice. Cook it on really slow heat, also known as dum, to get our flavorful delicious chicken tikka biryani. It is traditionally made on Eid. So let's get started. So the first thing is I'm heating my oil. I have taken mustard oil. While the oil is heating, I have soaked the basmati rice. This is about 700 grams of Sela basmati long grain rice, which I have soaked it. I'll soak it for about half an hour. And I have chicken, which I have marinated overnight. In the marination ingredients, you can see it in the description box. It's better to marinate the chicken overnight because the flavors go in. I've taken chicken with bone, but if you prefer boneless chicken, you can do the same. I like with bone because I feel the flavor from the bones goes into the rice and the biryani tastes much better. I also have sliced onions, which are thinly sliced to make fried onions or barista for biryani. I have also shown this in my chicken korma video. If you would like to see, the link is in the description box, but I'll do the same right now. So the oil is hot. Let's make our barista. I have taken about 600 grams of sliced onions for the entire biryani. So it is about 1 kg 200 grams of chicken with bone, about 700 grams of Sela basmati rice and 600 grams of onions. So we'll fry them till it reaches a light brown color. Do not make it black. Then the gravy for the tikka biryani will turn bitter. Very important to maintain the heat of the oil. If it is too hot, your onions will just burn. So do it in small batches. I'll show you the color. About to be done. If you're taking a boneless chicken, you can also marinate it minimum time of 1 hour. You can do the same with bone, chicken with bone also, but I feel that overnight marination gives more flavor to your chicken. It's getting a nice light golden color, you can see. This is ready. I will take it out because the onion keeps cooking even when you take it out. Put it on a paper towel and just spread the onions so that they turn crispy, otherwise they turn soggy. That's the trick to it. Just spread them. So I'll do the same with the others as well. So the rice has been soaking for about half an hour now. Let's cook this rice. I'm going to add 2 cinnamon sticks, about 7 green cardamoms, anise 2, 3 small bay leaves, 2 black cardamoms, and about 8-9 peppercorns, black peppercorns. I'm also taking lemon rinds, which I've taken out the white part completely so that it's clean and it will not be bitter. I'm putting this in the water as well so that the smell is quite nice when you put the lemon rind. I'm putting few drops of lemon juice. This we do to keep the rice white in color, and also the grains, they fluff and they separate. So let's cook this to about 70 to 75%. Not completely cooked. It should have a little bite. So let's do that. So let's fry our chicken, which has been marinating. As I said, you can also use boneless chicken. It's up to you. It will cook faster. With bone will take a little more time. The chicken I have marinated in yogurt, ginger garlic paste, coriander powder, some chili powder, turmeric powder, cumin powder, garam masala, black pepper powder, corn flour, all-purpose flour, some lemon juice, salt according to your taste. I've added about 2 teaspoons of oil to it also, 1 egg and red food color to give that tikka color to your chicken. The measurement will be given in the description. So we are going to cook the chicken completely for about 5 minutes. Let's cook all the pieces in the same way. The way I have cooked the chicken, you see that it is properly cooked, about 5 to 6 minutes. So let's start our masala for our tikkas, chicken tikkas, which we are going to mix it with the rice. I've taken about 3 medium slice onions, which we'll fry, and I've also taken half of the fried onions that we did before. So first we're going to fry our regular onions. To this I'm adding 2 black cardamoms, about 5 cloves and 5 green cardamoms. Also add 1 tablespoon of ginger paste and 1 tablespoon of garlic paste. Meanwhile, I can show you the rice. It has fluffed up so nicely and the grains are all separated, you can see. I've removed all the whole spices from it so that it doesn't come in the mouth when you're eating. You can do the same. The only thing that I forgot to mention was when you're cooking the rice, add about 5 teaspoons of salt just to season your rice. And don't worry, this rice will not get too salty because you drain off all the water. As I said, you have to cook about 70 to 75% of your rice. It should have a bite because it will cook later with the chicken. Five small to medium sized tomatoes. Since this masala will also have yogurt, make sure your tomatoes are not too tart and your yogurt is also not too sour. Okay, this is the time to add the salt so that our tomatoes cook faster. Remember, I have put salt in chicken while marinating it, and I've also put salt in rice. So you can put salt according to your taste right now. I'm putting about 2 teaspoons of salt, about 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Red chili powder is as to your taste. I'm adding 2 teaspoons. Tomatoes are cooking well. I'm going to add the fried onions that we had done before. And also the biryani masala. You can use any biryani masala that you prefer. This is the homemade that I'm using. I'm adding about 2 teaspoons. I will also add chopped coriander leaves. This is about 4 tablespoons of chopped coriander leaves. Tomatoes are almost getting mushy. I will add the chicken that we have fried before so that the gravy sticks to it. Add about 2 tablespoons of yogurt. I will also use the marination liquid that was left by marinating the chicken. At this time, I don't like to throw it because it leaves out the juices. We will cover this and let it cook for another 15 minutes on a medium-slow heat. So I think this is done. Let's check. So it's cooked really well. You don't have to make the gravy too dry, otherwise your biryani will be very dry. So keep it on a semi-dry gravy. Let's keep this aside and start assembling. So let's start the assembly. I'm taking a pan, so you can take any big pan on which I'm putting a very heavy bottom vessel. So you can do the same because you don't want the biryani to stick. And we'll keep it on a very low flame. This is called dum method, in which the biryani, the rice, the chicken cooks in its own steam. So the first layer is going to be about 5 to 6 tablespoons of water. The next we will put our chicken. You can put the chicken with the gravy. Just make sure that you're spreading it around. Alright, the second layer is of the rice. Then the fried onions that we had done it before. Chopped coriander and mint leaves. Little milk, about a tablespoon. And a teaspoon of ghee, which is the Indian clarified butter. Again, we'll do the same thing. We'll add chicken. Next is the rice, fried onions, the last layer of chicken, we keep it on really low flame for about 15 minutes and just cover it with a heavy top so that the steam doesn't escape. You can also keep something heavy on this so that the steam is not able to escape out. So 15 minutes of waiting time. So the biryani is ready. I have left it with the lid on for 10 minutes after it had been on dum for 20 minutes. Now I will add the kevda water to it. I'm taking about 1.5 teaspoons. This gives a good smell and nice flavor to your biryani. Now it's a time to serve it on a platter. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching.